Hello wonderful people, it's Wild here. Today I'm going to show you how to build this medieval deep slate house. This build uses a relatively simple block palette but has a wonderful effect and is super medieval. I'll also share some tips on how to decorate this build with you at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. This build was showcased in my Deep Slate information tutorial, so if you'd like some more ideas on how to build with Deep Slate, check it out in the description below. But let's get on with the tutorial. The materials you'll need for this build are on your screen now. Here is the layout for today's build. You can see the main walls marked in white and light grey concrete, the stone brick pillars marked in dark grey concrete and concrete powder, and the chimney is marked in black concrete and concrete powder. We'll be completely covering over this with the build, so you can create an outline like this one to help you with the layout. We'll be starting construction by creating an outline with cobbled deep slate. This will be one high and go all the way around the base of the build. Just leave out this one block in the center here, as the door will be going in that spot and we will need to put some stone bricks underneath the door. Leave out the area where the chimney is. And here's what we've got. Next you need to add in your windows with tinted glass. There's 2 on the front, 1 in from either side, 1 centered on either of the side walls, 1 in on this section of wall here, 2 on this longer side of the back room, 2 on the very back, and 1 here. Here's how the windows look from above. Now you need to fill in the rest of the walls, an additional 3 high, with your cobbled deep slate building straight over the top of the windows. And just at the very front, place 1 block over across this section here to make the space for the door. Now we have our base walls in all the way around the build, we can start adding in our stone brick pillars. Begin by building 4 high in all of your pillar locations. The designs for each of these pillars is the same, so once you've mastered one pillar, it'll be easy to create the rest. Now building away from the build on every single pillar except for this one in the corner here, create a pattern like this. Upright stair, upside down stair, upright stair, wall. You'll notice that these patterned designs are always coming away from the build, and on the corners we have 2. Now we'll take some stone brick stairs and create a small archway over the top of each gap like this. For these sides here, just use a stair facing inwards on the 1 wide gaps and 2 like this on the 5 wide gaps. Now that that's in, take some rooted dirt, or coarse dirt if you don't have rooted dirt, and spruce trapdoors, and we're going to create some planters. 2 at the front, some smaller ones on the side, one across here, as well as one here. A 3 wide one at the back. And now we'll mirror the other side. Now on the windows, which don't have a planter underneath them, create a decoration like this, with 2 polished Deepslate slabs, some end rods, and if you don't have end rods you can replace these with chains, and then some spruce trapdoors. I'm just finishing replacing the floor with some polished andesite. Leave a little 3 wide section free here to put some stone brick stairs. And now I'll create a little front section like this, with some stone bricks and then some stone brick stairs, and place 2 walls for decoration. Just add a door, and now it's time to get started on some spruce. Place a spruce in each corner of this larger section of the build like this, and then connect these with long beams of spruce. Then on top of each of these stone brick pillars, build out 2. Here's how that should look from above. On this smaller section of the build, do a similar thing with 2 in the corners and connect with some long spruce beams. And then build out with some more spruce. I always like to have some beams on the inside of the build. This looks nice from underneath and adds an interesting floor pattern to the story above. I have one going straight across the center and then lined up with these beams that are sticking out here. Here's how that looks from above. And in this smaller section, I just have one going straight across here. And then you can fill in the rest with spruce planks. You'll notice I've built across the point where the chimney is here. Next, grab some spruce slabs and place these on the upper level in between each of those sticking out beams, including in the corners. Leave the section in front of the chimney open. The build is really starting to come together. The first floor is pretty much finished, but we need to add in the chimney. To do this, start by filling in this back section all the way up to the roof with some stone bricks. Then fill in this little gap here so you don't have things spawning with stone bricks. Build 2 across the front and fill up this gap here, right up so it's flush with the top of the spruce. Place some chiseled stone bricks on top with 2 stairs, followed by some walls. And in this little gap here, place 2 stone bricks, an upside down stair, and a right way up stair. Now this is just the base of the chimney. Of course, the chimney will be going up as we go, and we'll be doing that in section by section. To begin work on the second story, we'll be starting by adding in some spruce log posts. I've marked in the location of these with some concrete and I'll be breaking these as I go. You can place in some dirt marker blocks to help you place these posts, and they are 4 high. Now that all the posts are in, we can add some small beams coming out of each of these like this. And then underneath of each, add some spruce fences. Skip this post here, as that'll have walls either side of it. Skip this post here, as once again it'll have walls running either side. And on this post in the corner here next to the chimney, only come out to one side. Here's how it all looks. Now we'll start adding in some white wall walls. On the front side, we'll leave a 1 wide window in these 3 wide sections, and a 3 wide window in this middle 5 wide section. On these 2 sides, fill in the smaller gaps completely and leave a 3 wide window in the center. Fill in this little gap here and this 3 wide section here completely, and leave 1 wide windows on each of these sections. And then with this section which has the chimney, just build straight up on one of these sides here. While we're here, we'll add in this section of the chimney. Start with some chiseled stone bricks and a stair coming out this way. 2 stairs rotating around, and fill in the rest with stone bricks. Now to work on the windows. Fill in these with glass blocks. You can use glass panes if you'd like in survival to save on resources. I typically use glass panes in windows to add depth, but since we're creating a window frame around the outside of these, we don't need to worry about that. To work on these window frames, each of the 1 wide windows has the same decoration with some polished deep slate slabs, some end rods and some trapdoors. This decoration is the same one we used on the lower windows. Here's how that looks. Now for the 3 wide windows, we're going to be creating a window frame which breaks up the glass so it looks like 3 smaller windows. Create a top and bottom of the frame with some polished deep slate slabs and a spruce plank. There's 2 end rods in the center. And then build 2 out with the trapdoors so when you flip them, it looks like this. To do this, you can just hold shift while clicking on these 2 first trapdoors, or if you're building this on bedrock, you can place a block below to place your trapdoor on and a block above to place your trapdoor on. Now Now this second story is complete, but before we add in the roof, we're going to add in the chimney. Start by building up 7 high with some stone bricks on the right hand side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2 on the left hand side. Then build up 3 high with some stone brick walls and add some stone brick stairs on the top. Rotate round throughout the back of the build, and using these blocks as your center, build a 2x3 rectangle out of chiseled stone brick. It should be 1 below at the diagonal of this stair. Then build 4 down with some regular stone brick, 1, 2, 3, 4, across this back row, and 3 down here. So you have some steps like this. Now place 2 blocks here, as well as some upside down stairs, more stone bricks, and some stairs as well. And we're just going to be creating a pattern with the stairs and blocks as we go up the chimney. So you can see here I've used some upside down and right way up stairs to create a nice intricate pattern in the center of the chimney. To finish off the top, add a layer of stone bricks with some in the center, a few more stone brick stairs, and 6 walls. Here's how it looks. Now we'll be adding the gable sections to the roofs, starting with these 2 big ones on the large section of the house. Begin by building straight across with some spruce logs. This should be lined up with these 2 beams here, and either side will be the same, so I'll build 1 and then replicate it on the other side. Then, coming 2 in from either side, build up 2 high, and leaving a 1 block space, build up 6 high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then place some spruce planks across the bottom, leaving out this end. Finally, fill in the rest of the gable with white wool, building up 3 high on these 2 sections, and 3 above these posts in the middle. Now replicate it on the other side. For the gable of this smaller section on the back, start by placing some spruce logs on top of these posts here and here. Then, skipping a gap each time, build up 3, and then 5. Place some spruce planks in each of the gaps, and then create a nice solid point with some white wool. We'll begin the roof with some cobbled deepslate, building out 2 like this from each of the gables. Then on the sides that don't have gables on them, connect these. Here you'll need to curve around the shape of the build, as well as here. Then you can place some cobbled deepslate slabs coming out from these blocks. Now that we've got this in, we can add the final gable, which is a small one at the front here. Build 5 across with some spruce planks, making sure this is centered over this center window. Then build up 5 high with spruce logs in the center, and 2 high with white wool either side. We'll begin the main part of the roofing on this little roof here. start by building 3 across on either side, centered on this spruce planks with some stairs, and then build up with stairs and blocks like this. We've got block stair on either side, block stair on either side, and then finally a row of blocks. Then place a slab at the end and create an edge with stone brick stairs and blocks as well. You want to build up 1 and then a stair and place a stone brick wall, then a block, and then a wall. Here's how this gable is looking. You can check that you have got the alignment of these blocks right, as you should have a little edge of cobbled deep slate in between the wall and the stone brick. Now moving on to the large roof. We've already got our slab and our block. Now we're going to go up with some stairs. Up by 2 stairs like this. Then a block with a stair on top. Another block with a stair on top. 2 blocks with a stair on top. And finally 1 more block. And build this along to the point where it begins connecting with this gabled roof. And do this on the other side as well. So 2 stairs, block stair, 2 blocks and some stairs and some blocks. Now this next step can be a little bit tricky, so take your time and don't stress too much if it doesn't look exactly like mine. As long as there aren't any holes in the roof, that's all that matters. So what you want to do is you want to alternate looking back and forth from these 2 roofs, building across to connect them. Making sure there aren't any holes in the roof as you go up. And do this on the other side as well. Here's how that looks. You can see where the blocks alternate as we go up. Then, to add a nice swooping connection, just add a block and a slab. Now we'll switch over and work on the section of the roof at the back here, starting with this smaller gable. Now this roof is pretty much made predominantly of stairs, so we'll build across with stairs up to the point where we are in line with the chimney. Making sure there's a 1 block overhang as well. And then for the final row right across the top, use some cobbled deep slate blocks. So as you can see, we've got slab, block, stair, 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 block. And now we can do this on the other side as well. As we've got the chimney here, you'll just need to build right up to the point of the chimney. Now we need to add a stone brick edge, but first add a block, a stair and a slab to create a swoop up to the stone brick edge. The edge is created here with a slab, followed by a block and a slab. Then alternate with right way up and upside down stairs until you reach the middle point here, where you'll face this stair forward. Then place 2 blocks on top in the center with a stair like this, followed by some walls, 2 blocks and a wall. Then create the edge on the other side as well. Here's how that looks. To fill in the rest of this main part of the roof, we'll do like we did on the other side and build up to the edge of the smaller roof. First with a layer of stairs, and 1 more layer of stairs. Then a layer of blocks with stairs on top. And another layer of blocks with stairs on top. Then 2 with stairs on top. And this should connect you right up to the top blocks. You can do this on the other side as well. In this case, building so it connects to the edge of the chimney here. To fill in this hole at the back of the roof, you need to line up this block here with where it would meet on this wall, which is this upper level of the 2 sets of block stair combos. You can build straight across this point here and connect the other roof to it. Then you can fill in the rest of the roof from above this point. Now we need to fill in these 2 little sections. So to do this, we will just use our blocks and stairs to connect so it all sits smoothly. We're going to bring some blocks across here, and then some stairs, and these will wrap around and meet up with the other ones. Now for this other side, we'll start by placing a block in the corner here, and then wrap around our stairs and blocks. And it should all meet up nicely in this center here. Now to add a smoother connection between these 2 parts of the roof, break this stair here and place 2 blocks, move the stair up 1, and place in a cobbled deep slate slab. See how that has a nice swoop. Now we need to finish off this large roof here, but first we'll place in some cobbled deep slate slabs on the bottom level across like this of all of the gables. You'll notice you won't need to do this on the front one as there is already slabs across here from the roof. Now to add some edging. Like the smaller gables, we'll just be following along the edge, making it nice and smooth with some stone bricks. Starting with stairs and blocks and slabs. And then some alternating stairs. And then some alternating block stair combos. Block and stair, and an upside down one. Block and stair, and an upside down stair. More blocks and stairs. And the center one is facing forward. Now here we want to build up 2 high, with 2 walls, a stair, and 2 blocks, and finally a wall. Here's how that looks. You can check that you've created your edge the right way, because as you look underneath, you should just see the edge of some stairs every time you go up a step. Now do this on the other side as well. To soften the edge of this roof and give it the same swooping style as the rest of the roofs on this build, place a block, then a stair and a slab. Now we'll add in some lighting. I'll be hanging some lanterns off of these logs here and here at the front, as well as one hanging from a chain on this smaller gable. On these two sides, I'll have one hanging from a chain on these gables. I like to have my chains hanging at varied heights. I'll also have one hanging on either corner. On this back side, I'll have one hanging down, two on a chain, and then on either of these logs. And then I'll mirror the other side on this larger side with two in either corner, and then one hanging from the gable on a chain. Now we need to add a little bit of decoration to this build to really spruce it up. Ah, that's much better. Look at that. I've added some leaves and landscaping around the garden, and I've used lots of green and white tones which really play off of the neutral colours in this build. I've put a pond and a little gazebo beside it. Let's have a look at how you might decorate the inside. I've done the lower level like a utility room, but I've also continued the green and white theme into the interior to give it a nice put together feel, and there's a little storage room at the back. Going upstairs, I've gone with a big open plan living area, and if you're building this in survival, you could fill this with practical things like storage or a big smelting system. Upstairs, I've continued the fireplace the whole way up, and I have a little bedroom area. And in the big section of the roof, I have lots of storage and workbenches. I've used stone brick in different patterns around each of the fireplaces. This adds a structural element to the interior of the house. And each one is unique, which gives each floor some character. This build incorporates some grand features from medieval design and is super cozy. I hope you enjoy creating it. Please check out my Patreon if you'd like to support me more, and I'll see you in another video.